The dollar per work RVU gap in OBGYN and what it costs over a career. $56.83. That is the national median dollar per work RVU rate for a full-time OBGYN general physician from the 2025 National OBGYN compensation data. The 25th percentile is $47.44. The 75th percentile is $70.32. The difference between the lower and upper quartile, $22.88 per work RVU, is the single most consequential variable in an OBGYN production compensation structure, and the one most physicians accept without question. Here is why the spread matters. The national median production for a full-time OBGYN general physician is 7,231 work RVUs per year. At the lower quartile dollar per work RVU rate of $47.44, that production pays $343,004. At the upper quartile rate of $70.32, the same production pays $508,483. The difference is $165,479 per year, from identical clinical volume, the same delivery and surgical schedule, and the same documentation burden. Most OBGYN contracts embed the dollar per work RVU rate inside a compensation structure without stating it prominently. If your contract is base salary plus a production bonus above a threshold, the implied dollar per work RVU rate is base salary divided by the assumed threshold production. That calculation reveals your real unit price. Now the career math. A $10 per work RVU gap, which is well within the quartile spread, at 7,231 work RVUs per year is $72,310 annually. Over a 30-year OBGYN career, at a 3% annual inflation adjustment, that gap compounds to more than $3.4 million in lost lifetime earnings. The gap is not a theoretical number. It is the difference between accepting the rate embedded in the initial offer and asking what the market rate is for the same unit of work. There is an OBGYN-specific factor that compounds this further. Not all work RVU generating activity is equally visible in standard productivity reports. Obstetric care, prenatal visits, antepartum monitoring, intrapartum management generates work RVUs that are sometimes bundled into global obstetric billing codes rather than counted individually per encounter. A physician whose obstetric work RVUs are underrepresented in the productivity calculation is being paid less per unit of work than the rate stated in the contract implies. Ask specifically whether prenatal care visits are counted individually or bundled into the Global Obstetric Care Code, and how the employer credits work RVUs for global obstetric billing. The dollar per work RVU rate is the unit price of your clinical work. In OBGYN, where the quartile spread is wider than in most physician specialties, that unit price is the most important number in the compensation structure. Run your contract through ClauseLine at clauseline.com.